Alright, boys and girls, no intro today, short and sweet, straight to the point. You saw the thumbnail, or the title. This is going to be about the exotic class items in D2 right now. With Festival Lost going on, they have brought back the option to farm out exotic class items through Ava in the tower. The event's a little different, but the concept is still the same. You get candy, you use the candy to buy exotic class items. But there's a twist this year, a very positive and beneficial twist. When you buy exotic class items, you can actually get 2 for 1 purchase, literally double loot farming, and you can do it with absolutely 0 effort. You know that meme from Mario Party where Luigi just does absolutely nothing and he still wins? That's this, just in farming class items. What am I talking about? So, I'm at Ava here. As you can see, I have enough candy to buy my relativism class item, and if I buy it, I didn't have to take that long, hold on. Bang! I just got 2 class items for 1 purchase. Why is this happening? How's it happening? So basically, from what I understand, is if you're somebody who has done Dual Destiny just 1 time, when you buy these, you will get double rewards. For as many times as you want, by the way, not just like your first clear of the week or whatever. It's over and over again, double drops. The only exception to this is if you haven't done Dual Destiny, you can still farm these. Don't worry, they'll still be here, but you'll only just be getting 1 copy at a time instead of 2. So, obviously, if you have not done Dual Destiny ever before, I highly recommend that you do it just 1 time. I know it might be annoying to go on LFG and find a random person to do it with, but it is so worth it, because when I say that you can farm these with 0 effort, I'm not kidding. So let's get into that. So Bungie has reworked the Festival of Lost event this year. Instead of doing the usual haunted sectors that we're used to doing, instead now it's a 6-man activity, and it's a combination of Altars of Sorrows, plus Onslaught, plus Gambit. So the Altars part is it takes place on the moon, just like the regular activity that you would do with Shadowkeep. The Gambit part is things are going to drop motes. You pick up the motes, and then you bank them into a headless one's crotch or something. And then, lastly, the Onslaught part. So in between waves, you're going to have a little bit of downtime with a timer where you have accumulated a bunch of motes, and you can actually use those, or treats, I guess, in this case, use those to purchase things on the field, like turrets, tripwires, etc., for upgrades to as your defenses, right? And that's pretty much the concept of Onslaught. You're also going to be fighting endless waves of enemies for X amount of time, so I guess that is kind of also falling into Onslaught. But anyway, you do the activity as normal, it's nothing crazy, you'll get it done pretty much guaranteed, and then eventually you get to fight a boss. While you're doing this, you wear your mask, you get candy as you're getting all of these kills, and of course, when you beat the activity, you will get some candy off of that as well, as long as you're wearing your mask. Quick PSA on the boss, by the way, there's a soft lock. To avoid this, let the Shriekers do their mechanic, and then let them close up after they break the boss's shield, and if done correctly, then you can just kill him as normal. Otherwise, if you don't let them do the mechanic, it soft locks, and obviously you can't complete the fight, which means you don't get your rewards. So that's what happens normally, and this is how you would farm out weapons or do the seal or guild your seal if you care about doing any of that stuff. However, if you're going specifically just for class items and also engrams, which do give you weapons, by the way, then you can avoid literally everything I just said and do nothing and still get rewarded, and here's how. Okay, step 1, keep your mask on. Always have it on, otherwise you're not going to get the candy, and then you're going to be pissed when you realized it didn't work. Next, go to the Festival of Lost interface, playlist, whatever the hell this is called, and then click Haunted Altars of Sorrow. But instead of running normal matchmaking, instead click on Customize, go down to this menu, and then just click Launch. It doesn't matter what else is on, Ultimatum, Expert, Master, does not matter. You just literally click Launch, and that is it. Then we'll go to the activity, and I'll be back. Okay, so we landed, the activity is about to start. All you gotta do is just get on your Sparrow, go to wherever the hell the main waypoint is, so it's all the way in the back, of course it is. And then once you get here, you're going to start the activity as normal. So it's going to charge up, and this big idiot's going to spawn when this is active. Once this finishes, all you do is just run away. That's it. You run away, and the timer is going to start, which is going to be, I believe, a minute 20 total. And then the activity timer is going to run out. Once it runs out, the activity's done. You will then get 256 candy, I believe, and I will not lift a finger on anything. I won't shoot anything. I won't move from this spot. The timer just runs out. Bang, you're done. Free candy. Rinse, repeat to get whatever you want from Ava in terms of engrams or exotic class items. Doing this method, give or take your load time, so, you know, a couple seconds here and there, you can get 2 exotic class items roughly every 12 minutes or so, let's say. If you're running like an old gen console, it'll be a little longer. But the point is, it's like 15 minutes, and you just AFK and go watch a YouTube video or work on a project, whatever, and you get free class items or free weapons just by doing nothing. Lastly, for the love of... What are people into these days? Marasov's feet. Go to the Pale Heart and talk to Ghost and make sure that you have Attunement on for whatever you're going, depending on what character you are on. Pick one of these, and it'll increase the odds of you getting that perk when you get your class items. If you guys want some recommendations, here they are for each character. For Hunter, your number 1 is going to be trying to get Spirit of Inmost Light plus Spirit of Sir Terracne. That is by far and away number 1, no question. After that, I would try to get Spirit of Synthoceps plus any of the following: Spirit of Inmost Light, Spirit of Assassin, or Spirit of Caliban. All these are really good. The most generic common one is Inmost, just to get your abilities back faster, but all 3 are really good, particularly Assassin in higher end content if you want to be extra safe with more invisibility and you don't want to run the Void aspect. What is it called? I'm having a stroke, apparently. If you're not running Stylish Executioner. If you're a Raider, then the last 2 combos to look out for is going to be Spirit of Renewal plus Spirit of Starters for goldie spam purposes with orbs, or Spirit of Sir Terracne for maximum defensive purposes when you use a Dust Seal Grenade with your teammates around. Titans, I'm gonna keep it a buck. You're just gonna keep Synthos on for almost every single activity. Synthos plus Inmost Light is number 1 by a country mile. Now, there are a couple of other niche picks, like for example, you want a Star Eater roll, Star Eater plus Eternal Warrior, for example, and you could use that for an Axe build on Prismatic. Yeah, you could go for that, but I would highly recommend getting Syntho rolls first. And just like Hunters, even though Inmost Syntho is the number 1 for most people to go for, I would recommend picking up an Assassin version with Synthos as well. And then lastly, for a sleeper pick, I like Spirit of Contact plus Spirit of Severance. Warlocks, guess what? You also abuse Synthoceps in various Prismatic builds. You can get any combination of Synthos plus Assassin, same thing as the other 2 classes, Synthos plus Inmost Light, and Synthos plus Necrotic Grips. Yes, I know most people are going to say, just use Inmost. I don't care. These are fun, okay? They're fun to use. Get them. Speaking of Necrotic, there's also another combo of Necrotic plus Star Eaters that you can do in certain builds where you end up throwing your melee. For example, if you're using a Grave Robber Rocket, you throw your melee, you get some poison damage, and then you reload your rocket. And also, while you're at it, Spirit of Star Eaters goes with the perfect combo of Spirit of Apotheosis for either builds where you want to spam grenades for 5 seconds, or certain builds like, for example, a Snap Warlock build with Song of Flame, where after your super runs out, you still get an additional 4 or 5 snaps after that, assuming the boss isn't already dead. That's all I got for today. Free double class items. Enjoy, and hopefully this doesn't get patched. I don't think it will, but who knows? I'd get it done sooner rather than later. And please, please, don't be that one guy who's gonna say, exotic class items aren't featured, therefore they're garbage. Please, get a brain. You probably eat vegetables with a toothbrush. I don't know, man. Anyway, jokes aside, if you did enjoy the video, please consider subscribing today. It does help the channel grow and is much appreciated. If you want to go the extra mile, you can leave a like and or comment below as well. If you don't know what to leave as a comment, you could leave double loot as the comment. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.